Hello everybody, Houston here. I hope you guys are doing well, having a great day or a great night, and let's jump into the charts. Okay, here on Tezos today, let's start from the bigger picture as always. And what we can see here, strong rejection. Okay, so this is the monthly chart, okay? So here we have multiple red flags. Also a bearish sign for the bull's exhaustion. And let's take a look on the volume as well. So we had raging volume till February, and then it started to fade. Can you guys see here? Volume fading. So this is another red flag. Okay, have this in mind. And here, this is April. We had bullish activity, but it's fading. Also the rejection. And now we have this shooting star, which is a bearish candle. Let me take a zoom here. So this last candle here, it's a shooting star. Okay, it's a bearish candle, giving us it's like a sign for the bears. Okay, because the bears will acknowledge this and they will jump in. Okay, so have this in mind as well. And let's take a look on OBV. Okay, we have we don't have much data, but what we can see here, it's maybe we can end up with bullish, and probably will end up with bullish continuation, which means the bulls will protect all the previous lows for sure. Okay, so levels to watch out in the worst case scenario. And another thing here, very interesting thing here, we have triggered a specific level for later continuation. That is the same level we have for XRP at $3. Okay, so can you guys see how it behaves on the $3? And it's not because it's $3. The number 3, okay, it's very significant. Okay, and we can see here as well. And so we had the first rejection, the second, the third, and the fourth. So in this scenario here, this is all the way bearish. Okay, and again, this can be our top for now, but be sure that later the bulls will make it above this level. Okay, so no doubt the right question is when. Okay, so now let's take, okay, so let me see here another interesting levels before we keep going on. One is another one very significant, and we can see here as well. And not only because it's a round number. We know that the smart money, pro traders, smart traders, they use round numbers. Okay, so like 1 in 50, 2 in 53, and goes on. Okay, there is much more beyond this. Okay, and okay, so here we had the confluence, the same one that we had for 3. So can you see here? We made it above trigger and we closed it below. And then we had a bear activity here. We end up with the bullish hammer in the bottom. And then the bulls made the way up following the trigger on one range. So this is the same scenario that I was talking about here. Okay, so the bulls made their point on 3, and they will look for later continuation for sure, have no doubt about this. Okay, so the question now that we are looking for is if we are going to retrace, how much we can retrace, and maybe how much time this can take before we make new highs. Okay, so now let's jump into the weekly. Okay, so this is our higher high on the trigger. Then we had our needed health correction. The bulls lost the floor, but they found value on our previous trigger for later continuation, because 1 triggers 3, 3 will trigger 5, and goes on and on. Okay, so very strategic buy here from people that acknowledged this level before. Big indecision candle here, and then we had our correction. And now let's, before take a look on Fibonacci and other things, let's take a look on OBV. Okay, so what we have here, it's very likely to end up in bullish continuation. Very, very, very likely. Okay, because this scenario right here, just a second please. Okay, let's go. So this scenario right here, it's the same ones I talked about on other coins when we have volume fading. Okay, so high, low, lower high, higher low, till the funnel is in, or like a small version of a bull flag. Okay, so we can read this like this, but it's not complete. It's going to be a little different from this one. Okay, this is just for you guys to make an idea how to read a pattern here. Okay, so here, let me see. Okay, so here we have our shooting star again on the $3 range, which is a bearish sign. And then we had this bearish spinning top, that's a bearish doji. But so far this one here is giving us a signal of indecision. So in bearish candle followed by indecision candle on the top below resistance. So we know it's not a place for buy or long. Okay, just for example, the bears have their shorts right here, and they are safe above the key level that is $3. And any bulls here, for example, they will place their longs here, and their liquidation and stops will be right here in the range of high activity. Can you see? So they have no protection here at all, while the bears are full covered. Okay, so not a place for longs. And remember, this is not financial advice. Okay, this is for educational purpose only. Okay, so this is no place for longs or a buying range. Okay, have this in mind. And now so what we are looking here for, it's we are going to use the bodies and not the tails. Okay, so now let's take a look on Fibonacci. Just 1 second please. Okay, let's go. So I will show you the before body to body. I will show you the difference. Okay, so what happens? Okay, so here we had our trigger all the way from 0 to 780. Okay, which gave us a trigger on 80, 80. Okay, so our 50 is 1.95, okay, from week to week. Now let's draw from body to body. Can you see the difference? How it changed the range? From the 50 we came to the golden. Okay, so have this in mind as well when you are drawing your lines. And for the sake of this example here, I will use from week to week. Okay, and let's go. So we had our trigger here, which means continuation is possible, but I believe any bull attempt here, it's likely to fade. Okay, even if we make above 3 again, because we know for now Tezos, like all the other major coins, is going to follow Bitcoin. Okay, this is a fact. Don't take my word for it. Take a look on your charts. So what we are looking here is for bullish continuation that will lead us to a major bull break that will give us new highs. Okay, so what we have here, we are going to acknowledge what we have and what we may end up on this scenario here. So we can anchor the next line, the line for the bottom, because we don't have a valid pivot here, right? So any line here, it's speculative and it's not valid. And don't do this, okay? Don't. Please don't, because it's not valid, okay? It's going to break soon, so it's worthless. So the only thing we have for now that we are 100% sure is this guy right here, this pivot here, and this one here, okay? So we can't draw any more lines for now. So we don't have any range for a valid pattern, but we know how the markets behave and how to understand and read the coming patterns. So we will have a clear spot for a fat long here for our new all-time highs. That's probably going to happen not so soon, okay? But we will keep watching and I will keep you updating as well. Okay, so here we are looking for something like this. Speculative, of course, but this is what we are looking for. And you may ask yourself, why these structures are always similar? Why we always end up with this kind of structure in crypto? Because we don't have buyers and sellers continuation. You see, volume, it's always like this: big pump and then dump. Or in other words, early investors and people who are aware of what's happening and the time of the market, the bull run trigger. And here people who are taking profits because they know about the key levels. Okay, this here we have three kind of people: the market makers, professional traders, and retail traders that most of times end up losing money. Okay, it's a vicious cycle. So as you guys can see here, since our high, our volume is decreasing. You see? And before we keep going, we are going to make something like this, or even printing lower highs, okay, on volume as well, which will give us a decrease in buyers and sellers activity. So this is a fact we all know. It's nothing new, and is very likely to happen. Okay, nothing only special about Tezos. It's about the whole market, the sentiment behind the whole market. Okay, so for this guy here, for this wave right here, so what we can do, we solve Fibonacci from here and make a better line from here to understand this move right here, right? And now what we are going to do is this. Is not valid right now, but that's how we do it, okay? So remember, what is speculation from what is a fact. So why we can't anchor this Fibonacci here right now? Just a second. Okay, let's go. Because we don't have a place to anchor the Fibonacci for now. Okay, it's not valid for now, but it's going to be valid soon. And just for the sake of this example, let's say we made it to this point here, 2.39. Okay, this setup here is to measure the wave that is to come. That is the next move we are waiting for. Okay, so in this example right here, we know that a retrace in bull markets at 61 is very common to see. Okay, it happens all the time, and it is also a healthy correction. Okay, because some people get mad or pissed off when we say that's going down. They don't understand that in order to make new highs, we need health corrections. Okay, just for example, like this one. Okay, so it's necessary. Nothing goes up forever. And for example, if we make like this, something like this, it's possible to break the previous high. Yes, it's possible, but it's unlikely, and I will tell you why. All this move right here that started here and bang, 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 it takes time, money, momentum, okay? Because we know that smart traders and professionals, they don't buy at resistance levels. That's why we start to see decreasing bullish activity. So presuming that we will keep longing resistance and then go high is not wise. Okay, the chances for this to happen is below maybe 3%, 2%, maybe 1%. Okay, so this is how all assets behave. This is nothing new. Okay, so let's keep going on. Let's draw Fibo again from the bigger picture to the main picture. And so what we are looking here, following the behavior of volume, decreasing volume, it's something like this. Okay, I retrace to the mini, and then maybe bullish continuation. Okay, we don't know how this will play out. It's also true that we can retrace only to the 50. It's also true, we don't know. For example, if something pops up like a big news, or I don't know, regulation, and we can make like a small move and then look for continuation above, okay, on this range above, and not on this range here. Okay, so now let's take a look on lower time frames. This move right here, So we had this bearish structure here, which ended up with this. We call this as a loser's rally. Okay, it's not about people, it's about how the price behave. You see, we have high volatility here, but we are not able to make a new high. Okay, so that's what we call loser's rally. And let me check the volume. Let me check here. So here we had okay, right here we had raging volume to this point, and then the bulls let go exactly here. This was the landmark for the bulls. This last bullish candle, you can see this one here, it's a straight full bull candle. Okay, we had a very teeny rejection here on our main zone here, the $3, but they made the point. No, they didn't. We had a 2.9936. So if we ended up with this candle and went down here, it would be a bearish sign, okay? But was not the case, and they made their point here. So great news for the bulls for later continuation. Okay, so here we had this impulsive move that is a correction to catch up from this move here. Okay, so we have two different scenarios here, and one is correlated to the other because this is the bull's payoff. Okay, because the bears can't sell forever and the bulls can't buy forever. That's why we work with structures all the time. Okay, also for trend reversal structures and continuation and etc, etc. So here let's take a closer look. So can you see the resistance we have here? So not a place for long, and the pro traders in the smart money know this. And let's take a look. Well, let me see. The trigger levels are clear. Impulsive move, lower high. Not much to see here. Let's take a look on OBV. Okay, so here on OBV we have a bullish divergence, which is a great side for the bulls for later continuation. I don't believe they will make it now because we have decreasing volume. Can you see? So it's like half bearish in the short time frame and bullish in the longer time frame. Okay, because this divergence, you see, price is going up and volume is going down, but the buyer's volume, it's engulfing the seller's volume. Okay, which give us the information the sellers, they are not in control, but they are having their momentum, and it's necessary because we know health corrections are needed. Okay, so let's take a look on the daily. Okay, that's better. And so, oh, we have a bearish structure here, and I'm going to show you in the lower time frame. But like I mentioned before, our rejections, also a double top for a small time frame. Here we have a possible scenario for a micro head and shoulders, and we also have a flat line here that's also bearish. The OBV is not bearish, but also not a big deal as well. And now let's take a look on the 4 hours. Okay, so here, let's take some clear notes here. Let's look for a clear neckline for the possible scenario for the head and shoulders. A hint, okay? All the necklines must be flat and 100% clear, okay? Otherwise, it's probably not likely to play out, okay? And also the analysis can be wrong. Okay, so here we may have a clear head and shoulders scenario. Let me draw again. Can you see? So, and then just a second, please. Okay, let's go. So what else we can find here? So this guy here right now, it's working, behaving like our right shoulder. And if we end up with a rupture here and touch the neckline, it's very likely to print our right shoulder. Okay, and our target for this bearish pattern here, it's going to be close to, let me take a quick look, close to this level here at 222. Okay, so watch out. Let's see how this will play out on this scenario. And now let's take a look on the 1 hour. Just before we jump into the 1 hour, that we are close to end this analysis, just a thing for you guys to have in mind. Our target for bullish continuation here is going to be 5. 5 is our next level that we are looking for. And the second one is going to be, oh, that's a bad line, $8. Okay, so 5 and $8 are the next levels we are looking for once this structure here is ready to play for the new high. Okay, so have this in mind, and let's jump into the 1 hour chart. Okay, so here still bearish. Okay, we don't have any clear bullish scenario here. What we may be, because let me see if I can give a better example. We kept making highs, and after this one we are making lower highs. Can you see? And we don't have any clear sign of bullish continuation after this guy here. Okay, so watch out. This is also another red flag. Let's draw our neckline again. And here, what we may possibly hear, another thing, this guy here and this guy is a higher low compared to this one here. Okay, have this in mind as well when you look at the chart. So what we maybe end up here, let me see, if not this guy, because we had a big rejection here following the previous high, But presuming we are going to follow, and we are probably going to follow Bitcoin, so not presuming at all, sorry. But let's, for the sake of an example, let's say the bulls made a last attempt. Okay, so this would give us Elliott continuation. Okay, maybe the bulls are looking for this, and they end up with a bull break here. But the only problem that we see the buyers activity is fading, also the buying volume. And the problem with a bull break here, it's we can end up with another lower high, and this will be even worse. Okay, so it's like a all-in scenario. Okay, do it with impulse and with violence, or end up with a lower high, and this will give us, will invalidate the head and shoulders scenario, breaking the structure here and make a lower high. But the problem, it will give another more firepower to the bears. Okay, so it's not the best scenario for the bulls. I believe they are already retreating for now, and they will keep working their way up soon, no doubt. Let's take a look on the 30 minutes. Not much to see. Okay, don't make draws like this. Okay, just for, and pick a line here. Okay, so don't make draws like this because it's not valid. And someone may say, well, but we have multiple points here, so it's valid. Yes. No, it is not. This is not a trend line. Okay, this is a 30 minutes chart. Everything will be closed in a 30 minutes chart. Okay, you can find any pattern you want. Okay, this is also known as the power of suggestion. If you are looking for something, you will find it no matter what. Okay, so have this in mind. And in this scenario here, what is I'm sorry, let me get back just 1 second. It needs a better explanation here. So what I'm saying is not valid here is the pattern. You can't have a valid pattern with speculative points or pivots. These guys here are not speculative, okay? But we have a problem that this one is too close to the other one and with a big rejection. Okay, so not the best scenario. And this one here won't be valid because we have only 2 points. And if we make another one here, will be too close, which will give a bearish structure for the bears, for a continuation. Okay, so watch out. It's not about drawing lines all over. We have to understand why the lines are there, how they can measure, how they can become valid pivots, how they fit with Fibonacci, with Elliott setup, and etc. Okay, let's take okay, so this candle right here is following Bitcoin right now. Can you see? You can check your Bitcoin chart right now and you are going to see bullish activity on Bitcoin. Let's take a look on 15 minutes. Okay, so not a big deal so far. If we draw another line here, not from here, okay, but from this guy. Oh, we also had somewhat inverted head and shoulders attempt here, but the neckline you can see is not clear. If we make a draw like this, it's valid but not the best scenario. Things are wild on lower time frames, as you guys know. But I believe a valid neckline was here, okay? And we also made the target. No, we didn't. The target would be close to this point right here, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so the bears lost, the bulls lost some firepower here. A small bearish structure that turned into a sell. So no news, nothing new. Let's get back to here. Oh, sorry. My previous line that I'm going to show you. Just 1 second, please. Okay, let's go. So here we have this scenario. Okay, so this scenario is bearish for now because in the 1 hour chart, okay, it can be the 2 hours, we have this somewhat flat line here. Okay, somewhat, it's a marginal low here compared to this one, the difference between both of them. So this guy here, it's bearish. Okay, and we also have I try to find a different scenario here for the bulls. I look at it, I try to find, but I can see it because remember this scenario that I mentioned here that end up with a small bull break and then print a lower high. This will be even worse, okay, because this guy here, let me erase this one here for a better picture. Let me take out this guy here too. So we will end up with this. And this is a bearish structure. Flat lines, always bearish. Not always, but most of times. And this will give us a bear break. Okay, so this is a 2 hours chart. If everything plays out like this, we are going to see a bear break before. Can you see the date down? May 11, May 12. That's the same time frame we are expecting Bitcoin to pull back as well, or retrace as will. Okay, so I believe this is it for now, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this technical analysis, and I hope it helped you in your technical analysis, or the way you look at the charts, the way you understand, the way you read it. And I also believe it helped you with your trading setup as well. And you will also start to look at news and price behavior with different eyes, okay, because everything we needed is in the charts and will be always there. So thanks for your time, thanks for your patience, thanks for your support. I hope you guys are liking this content, and don't forget, hit the like button, share with your friends, and subscribe. You help me, I help you. We keep sharing. Okay, this is it for now. I will see you guys soon. Have a great day.